What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the Street Reporter. Welcome to the Truth Hurt Show, episode 10. You know, we done did 9 of these, I believe. I could be off on the number, man. We done did so much of them. A lot going on in the culture today, so we got a lot of blogs going to be dropping, interviews coming soon. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys for a little minute. We're going to talk about a lot of things in the culture. Takeoff funeral was yesterday. Another person convicted in Young Dolph case where he's been charged, not convicted, indicted. You know, we're going to talk about things in life. And Lil Tay from Takeoff world, you know. I ain't gonna lie, that left my mental ungentle, you know. I understand this street shit going on. I don't get involved with that. That had nothing to do with me. We talk about the culture, things they're trending with. But you know, when I spoke to Lil Tay, all the aggressive stories, he'll run up on you, he'll blick you down, maybe that's true. But I never did nothing to that young man, so I got nothing but a good energy from him. But today we're gonna talk about a lot of things. Takeoff funeral. Senseless as fuck. Quavo just posted a message on social media which was heartfelt. He said Takeoff was always there. He was always by his side. Never was no competing, none of that. He posted a strong message on his social media. Y'all get a chance. Y'all need to go check that out. I'm going to tell you something. When I listen to Offset speak, when I listen to Quavo speak, you can hear that hurt. You can hear that shit. That shit, you know, that shit left me very sad to see that shit, man. You can feel the pain. You know why a lot of people on here blogging about the Prince brothers and this. It went over people's head that we need to pray for Takeoff family. I'm pretty sure they going through a lot of shit right now, you know. This is very senseless to go through that kind of shit. Nobody seen that coming. I done said this several times. Takeoff is on a t-shirt. Can you believe that shit? Takeoff is on a Rest in Peace t-shirt. The game is all the way fucked up, you know. Prince brothers. We gotta have this talk, bro. Like, I seen what you posted on social media. That was cool. Rest in peace, Takeoff. But you posted finesse 2 times behind it. If you're gonna post in the storyboard on social media, on your Instagram, and you post a rest in peace, Takeoff, that's it. You know, the whole world is looking at your social media to see when you gonna put that shit in the storyboard. You put it in there, and then you promoted Finesse 2 Times album. You promoted it. You put the pre-order link in there and all kind of shit. It felt a little funny. It felt like this was marketable. Not saying that's what it was. I understand the police looking into you. I'm pretty sure you done been questioning. So you got to move gentle a little bit, you know. At the moment right now, sides got to be picked. So you picked your side, but he still posted that. So we still got to say he did post that, whether people look at it disrespectful or not. But he picked the side. They're covering up what happened to Takeoff. You know, Quavo and them covering it up too, but they feel like shit, they was there, but he need to do the right thing. He ain't do the right thing. Quavo getting pressure too to do the right thing, but you got to understand the street shit involved on both sides. But Junior, we need the statement to say, you know, you didn't know shit was going to go that far. What a statement that where you say, you know, my condolences to the family. I had nothing to do with that. You know, that's going to get worked out, but I'm here to pay my respects. You know, you supposed to took the chance to get beat up in the face, getting your ass whooped. You still should have showed up to the funeral. It would have been a good look. Or at least put a message out about not showing up to the funeral like Meek Mills did. We understand that, you know, your team and Quavo team shit was going on, but still, without that message, it feels a little dirty with you, you know. You got to do the right thing, man, you know. Because there's a lot of people love about Takeoff. They love Takeoff. I'm going to tell y'all something. Do y'all realize it's real money on them boys? Now, I ain't saying they worried about it. They got money too. JPrinceJr is very well respected in this shit. I get it. But do you realize it's a real bag on them boys' head? A real bag on them boys' head. Like, a lot of people think that if they get away with this, the police evidently don't know what the fuck happened. Evidently, they ain't got the videotapes. They let that type of funeral go off, them type of celebrities. This shit trending all around the world. The killer ain't caught. Houston police looking bad right now. So I know for a fact they don't really know everything that's going on. This he say, she say. Ain't nobody standing up, giving up the killer or none of that shit. This feel like it's going to be street justice. And with a motherfucker like Takeoff, it's a real bag on them boys. Them Prince boys, it's a real bag on them guys. Them guys got to be careful, you know. Shit don't happen in 2 days. Shit don't happen in 2 weeks. Shit might not even happen in 2 months. Shit might not even happen in 2 years. But trust me, right down the line, soon a motherfucker think a motherfucker forgot about this shit. Something happened. Takeoff was a value member of the rap community. People love him. Y'all seen that funeral. That shit was at a stadium, bro. You throw a funeral, it's barely 7 motherfuckers want to come to that shit. He threw a funeral, the whole city showed up. Them boys got a real bag on their head. They need to be careful. I tell people that, when you get these opportunities, you got to get the fuck out the streets. Why you want to be in the streets? I mean, I don't understand that. You got $1 million. Why in the fuck you want to act like a broke nigga? Like my homie told me too, another thing too. If you want to gamble, you want to go out of town, shoot dice with a whole bunch of people around, you take your ass to Las Vegas. Don't be around a bunch of street niggas. You got to be smart. You got to start moving different, choosing your people different, choosing your homies different. And you got to move different. I tell people that all the time. The key to growing up is moving different. Old keys don't unlock new doors. You understand what I'm telling you? It's a new door you trying to go into. You can't dig in your pocket and use that old key to get in there. So you're going to have to change along with the times. A lot of people don't understand that, You got to go get it. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You're going to have to save your own life. Ain't no motherfucker coming here. Ain't no bird. Ain't no plane. Ain't no man in the cape. You got to save your own life, When you're ready to grow up out of that bullshit, I can see you on some game banging shit when you're younger. But when you grow up, you got to have a mindset that you want to own shit. You want to have your own shit. You want to do shit. You want to travel the world. Life is bigger than that corner store that sell loose cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? And even if you got to do this shit on your own, you got to do it. Like me, I'm going to do it. Regardless of how I got to do it. If I got to do it alone, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it whether I got to do it alone, whether I got to do it tired, whether I got to do it scared, whether I got to do it happy, whether I got to do it mad. Regardless of the fact, I'm going to do it. And that's what people got to understand. Times is changing now. Ain't no motherfucker flying in the sky to come save you. You're going to have to save your own self. And stop looking for love, too. You got to love your own self. That's the reason why a lot of your relationships not working out, because you're looking for yourself and somebody else, and you ain't going to find that. You got to be happy with your own self before you can be happy with anybody. And you got to be real with yourself, because most relationships don't stop because motherfuckers is cheating or doing some sneaky shit, got a side piece, sneaky link, or the end of love and y'all don't love each other no more. Most of these relationships end because y'all stop giving attention, communication, stop talking to each other, hugs, so it's a lack of security, affirmation, all kind of them things that end these relationships. So, make sure the same way you put a 9 to 5 in at work, you put a 9 to 5 in at home. You got work to do in the crib. You can't just be going out there and work for them people and not go home and work for yourself. And if you get an opportunity, invest in yourself. Don't spend your whole life building somebody else's dream. If you can. Now, if that's the route you have to go, then cool. But if you can fix it, try to invest in yourself. I tell people this all the time. I understand money is hard, but income tax time coming right around the corner. Y'all there's got 30 kids, and you got 50 people finna file your 30 kids. When you get that money back, invest in a business that you can pass off to your family. You know what I'm saying? You'll get that money back, but invest in yourself. You do hair good. You know how to paint nails good. You know how to cook food good. You know what I'm saying? You know how to truck or something. Open you up a business. Invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Bet on yourself. That way, you'll have something in the future. I tell people that, man. Stop being a bitch ass nigga. Man the fuck up. You understand that? Stop being soft. You got goals, my dude. You ain't got time to be running around up under her or running around up under your homies and shit, and you don't got yourself together. Stop playing games. They don't want to hang with you anyway. You ain't got 30 on the side. You ain't got 30 on the bottle. Fuck you riding around for. To be realistic with you, man. R.I.P. to Lil Tay. I'm not gonna lie, Lil Tay Def rubbed me the wrong way. I understand that his videos on the internet about him, a lot of people say Tay is real aggressive. He's very known in them communities, high value. People know that young man don't fuck around. I was surprised to find out he was only 18. The stories I heard about this guy, I would have thought he was 55. He was nice enough to give me an opportunity to speak with him. I instantly felt from his temperament, his vibrations, that this young man was nobody to play with. This young man was not a creative player. He was a real player, involved in a lot of shit, not seeing street shit, but you get that energy that he was real. He knew all the players and shit. You know what I'm saying? His death kind of shocked the world. I actually want to take his death to the board if I can. A lot of people ask me about what happened to him. What happened to Tay. We all synced it. We all synced the news of Tay and things like that. So I'm going to kind of just give you a little background on him. Tell you what happened and give you my conclusion, okay? I'm going to give you a little background on tape. Alright? When I looked into him, I realized that he was from Taekwondo Rural. That was like affiliates of like Jaro, STL. I knew that these neighborhoods were linked with like FBG Duck. These neighborhoods had people like Lil J, Cash, and others in there that we all know from the rap community and the rap world. I know Taekwondo World is linked with like TB, Poppy, Richie Jerks, Lil Bubba, Nate, and more guys. I instantly noticed that, you know, he was linked to a lot of street cats. Okay? Another thing is I noticed is that they was engaged in a war on the internet. Not saying they didn't engage in the street, but I noticed that a lot of their beefs was on the internet with like crews like the BDs, O Block, and more. You know, so a lot of what went on the internet, you can see what's going on in the internet. So I instantly jumped my conclusion to think that this was like some gang shit instantly, because when they say how he died, according to the police, you know, when we got the reports, and I want you to understand, I listened to the police scanners. Chicago Sun-Times reported on this, Fox 32 News reported on this, and it's people close to the situation that reported on this, and people on the internet who spoke on this. I want you to remember, I had an opportunity to interview Lil Tay. Lil Tay was nice enough to let me interview him. So I actually had a chance to have a convo with him. Okay? The police say that Lil Tay was on the 800 block of East 6200. That's what the police say. 6200 Street. Okay? The police say that Lil Tay was on the 800 block of East 62nd Street in an alley. The police say it was around 3:30 p.m., which means this was like a little bit in the afternoon. So this was daytime action. So when I seen this, I said, first thing came to my head, this is daytime. So somebody took a very strong chance to do this. You know, daytime is light outside. It's a more high probability of getting caught. So this was a chance. So the police say he was shot in the face and chest. He was taken to the University Medical Center where he died. He was only 18 years old. Now, when I look at this, there's things in this that get me kind of confused, okay? One of the things that get me confused is when I look at this, you know, I noticed that he was involved in a lot of gang beefs that was on the internet. And you know that internet gang beefs has documented a lot of lives too. Another thing I noticed was that he wasn't really a rapper, but when you add up all the videos on YouTube and views he got, he had millions of views. But he wasn't a rapper, which means he had a lot of clout. Okay? Police say that he was in the alley in the daytime, which lead me to believe he must know this area real good. He's familiar because he's been around the culture for a long time. To be in an alley in this neighborhood wouldn't be the great idea to do, which lead me to believe he must know this neighborhood. He was shot in the face, in the chest, in the alley. This leaves me concerned. Why would he be in the alley? Okay, why would he be in the alley? It was rumors that he was on live and stuff like that. But this confuses me as to why would he be in this alley? Okay, I just didn't understand that. But in my opinion, everything leads on this board lead me to believe that his death was gang related. I believe his death was gang related. Everything on this board just points to gangs. If I'm not mistaken, he was a gangster disciple. Don't quote me on that, but I believe most people on this side here are gangster disciples. He was linked to a lot of people who was killed that police say was gang influence. FBG Cash was killed. Duck. Can't forget Brick. And all these people, can't forget K.I. and all these people who he was linked to were all killed, and the police believe it was gang shit. So I believe that Tay was just a little too famous to still be in that neighborhood, in my opinion. Regardless of the money thing, regardless if he wasn't rich or anything, the internet still bring you fame. I think he was just way too famous to be in that neighborhood. Everybody knew who he was. He had a face card. That's one thing about this internet. This internet should have had you famous like Drake, but Drake got bodyguards. He got, ex-CIA agents that's protecting him. A lot of these guys get fame on the internet overnight, and they still go to the same corner store and get the Flaming House with chips and cheese and meat, not knowing that they're being targeted. I believe Tay was targeted. I doesn't believe this was random. I believe he was targeted. I believe he was spotted and ended up losing his life due to gang violence. We got to be better than this, because I think Tay was dope, Me interviewing people, I've been interviewing people in the culture for a long time, to the point that when I looked up, I realized that Tay made the 14th person I interviewed that was shot and killed in Chicago. Senseless, One day I'm going to do an interview, man, and I'm going to pick a platform. A lot of platforms have been in contact with Truth Teller. A lot of big time platforms. It wasn't the time. I think we're almost at that time. Well, I want to tell some of these stories, I never thought when I talked to a lot of these young men that that'd be the last time I speak with them. I understand the street shit that's going on and a lot of this shit, but a lot of people don't realize this. Even though these guys be street cats, gang members, y'all call them, a lot of these guys, they write music, they poets, they put these songs on the beat. They get somebody to film them a video. They get a YouTube channel. They upload it. They monetize it. They pay for promotion. They find a way to promote these songs, perform these songs. These are entrepreneurs just without the right guidance. So it said, my condolences to Tay family. I appreciate the love. Keep the donation to yourself. It's hard out here. You ain't got no time to be digging in your pocket, give me your kid lunch money, the weather change. You might got to go get him a jacket. Now he been wearing t-shirts every day. You want to support me, you hit that like button. Bing. When you hit that like button, guess what it do? It make my videos grow. A lot of people be able to see them. Make sure you hit that like button too, because I be looking at these videos and I don't be seeing all the likes that I supposed to be getting. You feel me? But I appreciate the love. It's the homie Truth Teller Street Reporter. Bleh, 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 bleh.